Mighty Ottawa River and remnants of what remains of the 219 flood here on the Ottawa River. Just thought I'd do a little video about how our birds and wildlife adapted to all this water.
Lots of stuff. The upside of the 2019 Ottawa River flood is that we've been able to observe a ton of birds and wildlife adapting to the high water levels. We're essentially on an island here with our house. We didn't really have any water affect our home particularly. It's a little bit, but not too much, but a couple of our outbuildings there and a lot of our things got destroyed there. We got approximately 5,000 sandbags around the perimeter of our house. We have 3 pumps running, 2 running full time in the basement. One, we had a 3-inch gas pump pumping out from behind one of our outbuildings. We now have a submersible pump working there. But trying to look at all the upsides and positives of this particular a life event, as I'm calling it, over the last week or so. I've adapted that phrase. But what really kind of struck me was the first wave of warblers and kinglets that came through a week ago. So here we are on the 6th of May 2019, and last week, I believe it was on Wednesday, Thursday last week, I should have written it down and remembered better, but we were kind of involved with a bunch of stuff. But we had all the times that we were putting sandbags out, working outside, like from morning till dark. We had dozens and dozens and dozens of yellow-rumped warblers around us, golden crown kinglets as well. And then we started observing a lot of things, and that's why I kind of brought up, this is a bunch of debris that's washed up on our lawn from the high water mark, which is essentially right here beside me. Everybody from common grackles, ravens, crows, robins, chickadees, the phoebes that are here. We have phoebes nesting over underneath a little lean-to over here. They all started to utilize what became available to them because of the wash up of the water, all the bugs and worms and things that were coming out. And then we're continuing to see the next wave of birds and things that are coming back from migration. So rose-breasted grosbeaks, Baltimore orioles, indigo buntings, tanagers, hummingbirds are back. So the hummingbirds are back, so get your feeders up. Lots of reports of hummingbirds, lots of reports of orioles, rose-breasted grosbeaks. So that's the sort of the next wave that we've got. The first wave that we talked about in previous videos, second wave, we're kind of into the third wave where it's a little left, the later migrants that are coming in. And then we're going to start to see some of the flycatchers. So the great crested flycatcher, which is one of my favorite birds, is one of the last ones to kind of arrive, and they start their nest when the bugs are out. So the black fly season is coming. Mosquitoes are going to be out soon with all this standing water that we have around us. We're anticipating a lot of mosquitoes this year, and certainly there's some indication from certain authorities that ticks are going to be prevalent, more so than normal around, so we have to be cautious when we're picking up all this debris about ticks and things, and that they're being moved around by migratory birds. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. It's part of the warming of the climate, so that they're able to exist here more now than they have been in the past. So it's exciting times to see all of the things that are taking place around us. If we raise our awareness and if we become aware that we're aware, and we start looking around and seeing what's going on, that no matter what you're doing, there's things that you can observe and be enlightened with. So if I think about that day in particular with the warblers and the kinglets that were all around us, I've been slogging sandbags since a week ago Wednesday. And that day, that's what put me through the rest of it, is it took my mind completely off of what I was doing. I just sort of went on autopilot and was observing. We had the military in the yard that day. What an amazing group of individuals. They're Canadian military, so our hearts go out to those guys. We had the dragoons out of Petawawa here on the street. Probably 50, 60, maybe more guys, I really don't know, and gals. But they were a fantastic group of individuals. We had a great time with them. They just worked constantly. They just never stopped. Their attitudes were amazing, and it helped us all move through it, and we're certainly privileged to have them. And as Don Cherry says, that's a great group of guys. Anyway, get out there and enjoy some nature, see what there is out there. The migrants, the last two or three phases of migrants are on their way. A lot of them have arrived, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day.